Hello everybody and welcome to episode 1 of Let's Play Manos, The Hands of Fate, Director's Cut. Before we begin, I should say right up front that this game was gifted to me by the developer over at Freakzone Games. Thank you very much, I really appreciate it, and once again, I'm very sorry that it took me this long to get around to playing your games. If you watched my episode of Dino Crisis for Halloween, I explained a whole lot of things that kept getting in my way, and probably partially my own fault as well, I'll admit to that. But for the record, I am sorry. Anyway, this was originally released in 2012 as a cell phone game, and was a platformer based on the infamous film Manos, The Hands of Fate, which is one which that film is widely considered to be a classic episode of Mystery Science Theater, and it's certainly not the only episode of Mystery Science Theater that this game will reference, as we will see once we get into it. There are quite a few B-movie references spread out over the course of this game, and I'm not sure if Mystery Science Theater did all of them or not. I have not seen every episode of that, but I recognize some of the stuff that are possibly from episodes that I haven't seen, maybe not from episodes, but are from B-movies anyway. This entire game has a film grain effect on it, and you can turn that off by going to the options menu. Full screen, film grain effect. Off, on, return to title. But my mind's gone blank. This will be a short Let's Play. This was originally a cell phone game. The director's cut adds a few things. Off the top of my head, I know it adds a level or two. It changes a couple of things. I believe one of the levels was instant death originally, and that has been altered. And there's a few other changes from the original cell phone game as well. But for the most part, this is a decent little platformer. If you like old school platformers, you'll probably enjoy this. But I'm going to warn you right now, while I enjoy old school platformers, I'm fucking terrible at them. So, expect lots and lots of me sucking at this fucking game. There will be plenty of that, and I am actually post-commentating this, because I didn't want my Let's Play to be just me getting frustrated and going, fuck you, game, fuck you, over and over again, because that's probably boring and frustrating to listen to for you guys. So I decided I would much rather post-commentate it and not have just this constant stream of frustration as I die over and over again, which largely is not the game's fault. It's my own, because I'm just not very good at this game. And there are other people that have beaten this game a hell of a lot faster than I did. I recorded for over an hour to beat this game, and it's not going to wind up being an hour, because I'm going to cut out large chunks of it where I just die over and over and get game over and over again. Anyway, let's get this started, shall we? Alright, let's start, shall we? And we are going to play on normal, because I'm not very good at this game. Mike, I'm scared. It's getting dark. We're lost, honey. We better try Valley Lodge just for tonight. Stage 1. Mike, it's getting dark. I'm scared. Please find the Valley Lodge. Alright, let's get this started, shall we? Manos is actually a independent film from the 60s. It was a horror film, and it's a B-movie. It is notoriously bad. Like, when they did the Mystery Science Theater episode, that they said Forrester and what's the other guy's name said most people haven't seen anything quite like today's experiment, and they were referring to this movie, and they're right. Most people, even if you love watching bad movies, if you haven't seen this, I doubt you've seen anything as bad as Manos, The Hands of Fate. like, wow, that this movie fails on every single level. It's just amazing. Okay, we're going to jump over here, and we're going to get the first Hand of Fate. And this is actually a prop from the film. The Hand of Fate is actually in the movie. And yes, there's a snake in the movie. And the scene with the snake is stock footage, and it is the best looking part of the movie. The best looking part of the movie is stock footage. That's how hard this movie fails. That'll give you some idea. Okay, here we've reached the boss. I am Torgo. I take care of the place while the master is away. It's the haunting Torgo theme. There we go. We just referenced. You can't stay here. The master would not approve. There, we just referenced the original thing. And this is a really easy first boss. Very well, the master will be very disturbed. All of the dialogue in this game is taken directly from the thing. But the child and the dog, the master would not approve. All the dialogue in this game is taken directly from the movie. There is no way out of here. It will be dark soon. He actually said, there is no way out of here. It will be dark soon. There is no way out of here. He said it twice. But the script is awful. The wardrobe is awful. The camera work is awful. The framing is terrible. The editing is terrible. Everything about this movie is just... I don't know how they managed to fail on such a grand scale. By the way, that's the shotgun power-up that I'm using. Once you get it, you keep it until you get hit. There's the screaming skull from the movie of the same name. James Rolfe did a video on the screaming skull. And you can destroy all these statues and collect all these things for points. The hearts will refill your health, as well as give you a little bit of points. And a whole lot of the music in this game is actually 8-bit renditions of music from the original film. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to show off as much of this game as I can. And there's one Hand of Fate that I don't know how to get. But we're going to go get one here in a little bit. And forgive me, I know where it is. I just don't know how to get to it. There's another screaming skull, and they all make that same sound. And they all have the same bobbing up and down pattern. Kind of reminiscent of the Medusas from Castlevania back in the day. Now we're going to go under the stairs and on top of this bookshelf to this little bonus area with tons of extra points and another Hand of Fate. And every single time you get a Hand of Fate, your health increases. I probably mentioned that earlier, but every single time, yeah. And every level has a boss. There's actually, well, I should probably save that kind of talk for a video review that, well, there's an embarrassing way to die. I just totally missed that jump. This does have waypoints. But once you die in this game and get game over, you lose your last life, the waypoints don't count anymore. You just get to start off at the level that you last beat. So it does have game saves, and you can continue from where you were last playing. Once you get a Hand of Fate, you don't need to go back and get it again. It stays with you. And I died in the exact same place, and that's just sad. But there will be more examples, better examples of how much I suck at this game later on. But if I remember right, Manos Hands of Fate was, it was written and directed by a fertilizer salesman in Texas. I know that much. I believe he played Torgo. And if I remember right, he wore the Master's outfit to Halloween parties for years after the film came out. He eventually committed suicide, so rest in peace. But I suppose this is his legacy of more than anything else, is an infamously bad movie. Is that the kind of legacy you want? I don't know. Seemed to do okay for Ed Wood, but he made a lot more than one. But if I remember right, it was someone bet him that he couldn't make a movie or something. And he did. He's like, well, I will. So he did. He wrote this script, and it's got pacing problems. It's got costume problems. shooting problems, editing problems, you name it. And there's probably something wrong with this script. This has every film problem you can think of. And it's, I mean, you can see extras at points in the film. It's just, everything about this film is terrible. Obviously, a little bonus area, and we're about to get to the boss. That in the background is the master and his dog, and that picture actually is from the film. They keep on getting close-ups of it in the film. Okay, this is the second boss. This one's a little bit tougher. It fires fire from its hands, and you have to dodge it and fire back, and you have to hit the head. You can't kill the hands, so don't bother to try. Just, I'm not sure it's possible to get across here without hurting yourself. There are two kinds of hearts in this game. So smaller one does 1 or 2 health. The bigger one does 4 or 5, I think. And there's several bosses in this game, as you'll see, and some of them are from other films. I don't remember this from the film, but it might have been, because he did have some kind of altar. The Master has left this world, but he is with us always. He did have some kind, not dead the way you know it. The Master is with us always. He did have some kind of, anyway. Thank you everybody for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would be greatly appreciated. We'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks everybody, and goodbye.